welcome to next week this year's show. On tonight, we have three special guests from the University of Babylon joining us to speak about the secrets of photosynthesis that we have never even thought about, the new mind-blowing discovery about the chloroplast and its reactions. Now I welcome Dr. Siva Kumar, Dr. Casey, and Dr. Sutherland to join us for this conversation for tonight's show. Hi.
Hi.
So, I've heard we have new mind-blowing discoveries about the photosynthesis and all its reactions. So, would one of you guys want to start us off for tonight's show?
Well, let's see. Most people believe that photosynthesis is just a simple reaction of energy plus carbon dioxide and water to create oxygen and glucose. But we figured out there's a lot of things that happen in between the final stage. So we're going to discuss that.
Thank you. Well, so are there the reactions involved? Any reactions or any special types of proteins or anything that is involved that you would like to share with us tonight, so all the viewers of the show could enjoy and learn from tonight's show?
Well, so it starts with a protein that absorbs light energy and decomposes water into four electrons, 4 hydrogen ions, and oxygen. And then the oxygen leaves the body to either be used for cellular respiration or leaves to the atmosphere.
Okay, so by saying that light is absorbed, by light you mean the sunlight is absorbed?
Yes.
By that special protein. And may I ask what the special protein is called?
It is the photolysis enzyme.
Okay, so are there any other steps towards this, or is it that's just it, or?
Well, there's a process that occurs next called the ETC, where light energy is absorbed for the second time by the photosystem 2, and basically it travels.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. Now we will continue with our show as Mr. Siva Kumar, or I should say Dr. Siva Kumar, was explaining to us the transportation of electrons through some chain of some sort?
Yeah, exactly. So what basically happens is the electrons in photosystem 2, they're actually absorbing light energy, right? And as they absorb this light energy, they become extremely excited. And with this newfound energy, they actually travel through the ETC to photosystem 1. But as they reach photosystem 1, they actually lose all the energy that they gained.
So may I ask what happens to the energy? Does it just get does it just disappear, or does it get used with another part of the system, or?
Well, basically what's happening with that energy is the ETC is actually using that energy to pump hydrogen ions into the lumen against the concentration gradient.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. So, dear viewers, stay tuned. We'll be back right after this break.
If you like hawk running water and memory foam beds and TV shows and cell phones and not being dead,
science makes awesomely sweet stuff possible, so join us at emerson.com/ilovestem and see why
you love science.
Welcome back. Now we will continue with our show. Now it's Dr. Sutherland's turn to explain to us the next step in photosynthesis. Dr. Sutherland?
So what happens is to the 2 electrons, they gain energy from light in photosystem 1, and they are then used to reduce the NADP plus, as well as another hydrogen ion is then added to the equation to make NADPH.
And so the NADPH is created by the re-energized or re-excited electrons, and also the hydrogen ions that were in the...
Yeah, and all this is just to create a very short-term energy source that gets shot off somewhere else to do some more other reactions.
Okay, so we have pretty much, I think, covered most of it. I think there should be one more step left about ATP, as it says in the program.
Yeah, so it's just there.
Okay, so can you guys explain about it so the viewers can learn?
The process is actually called chemiosmosis. It is the process by which the hydrogen protons that we use in the deformation of the water is then pumped through active diffusion through the ATP synthase, and is the energy used during the ATP synthase is then used to combine the ADP and another phosphate ion to create ATP.
So may I ask what the ADP and the ATP are like used for? Is it transported where, like, just?
Yeah, the ADP is just a base chemical that is just used for the creation of ATP. And ATP is used elsewhere in the cell to create, it's just basically a short-term energy for the cell.
Okay, so all those steps that we have learned today are the newly discovered steps by these three amazing doctors in the University of Babylon that changed the way science works in our day-to-day lives and in the environment that we live in. So I would like to thank all three of you for joining me tonight, and also like to thank you guys for joining us as well. Stay tuned for the next show tomorrow night about the Calvin cycle. Have a great evening, and salute to you all.